What's up, guys? Matt here with OddsJam, and let's lock in some sharp DFS plays for today. We're talking about PrizePicks and we're talking about Underdog. And using OddsJam, you can find mathematically profitable player props to put into an entry. And there are multiple ways you can do this as well. The positive expected value page is the easiest because you can literally blindly add these to a PrizePicks or Underdog entry without having to do any thought. You can use the low holds page, which requires a little bit more digging because you need to make sure that the plays are good. Then you can use the OddsJam screen as well, which requires the most work, but is also a really good tool to use to find plays. For this video, I'm specifically going to lock in plays on the positive EV page as well as the low holds page. The cool part is that you can filter specifically for these books. So we're looking at PrizePicks 5 or 6 pick flex. We're looking at Underdog 3 or 5 pick. And if you're wondering why those are the number of legs per entry that we're looking for, I recommend checking out a video on my YouTube channel where I detail basically how to make money on PrizePicks. But specifically in that video, I detail why you want to play a 5 or 6 pick flex on PrizePicks. And that is also the case for Underdog. You want to play a 3 or 5 pick. Long story short, it's the best value. Your individual odds per individual player prop is the best when you are placing a 5 or 6 pick flex on PrizePicks or a 3 or 5 pick on Underdog. So what I'm going to provide for you in this video are a bunch of player props that you can put both in PrizePicks and in Underdog. So looking at the positive expected value page, there are only two player props that we can lock in, both of them on PrizePicks. So nothing on Underdog as of yet, but the low holds page, we will have a ton. But let's start with PrizePicks. So again, I detail strategy about what you're looking for in a PrizePicks entry in that video. It's like titled How to Actually Make Money on PrizePicks. All you really need to know for the purposes of this video is PrizePicks, because of the way they have payouts, right? No matter what individual legs you are putting into an entry on PrizePicks and Underdog, the payouts are the exact same, no matter what. So like literally any 2-leg entry on PrizePicks is going to double your money. Any 4-leg entry on PrizePicks is going to 9x your money. It doesn't matter what plays you put individually. So the strategy of when you're looking for player props to put into these different sports books, these DFS sports books, is you want to find plays, and this is going to sound dumb, but it's true, that are likely to hit. It's really as simple as that. You want to look for plays that have a win percentage of just below 55% of the individual player prop. And you might wonder, like, duh, isn't that always the case? Aren't you always trying to find bets that are likely to hit? And you're going to say, how do you know that the win percentage is 55%? Well, to answer your first question, technically no. If you're playing on a regulated sportsbook, a DraftKings, a FanDuel, whatever, you're looking for value. You're looking for situations where the individual sportsbook you're placing the bet with has a mispriced odds, mispriced line compared to the rest of the sportsbooks. So if FanDuel has everything priced at plus 150, every other book is at like plus 100, that's a good bet to make on FanDuel. Well, because, as I mentioned, PrizePicks and Underdog, they don't price odds individually per leg, right? It's the same payout. You're going to look for plays that are likely to hit. If a sports book like a FanDuel and a DraftKings deems a play likely to hit, they're going to make it more expensive to buy. And the example I'm giving you is the first leg of our parlay, Cole McCarr under 3.5 shots on goal. Look at where every sportsbook prices this, right? Minus 140, minus 135, minus 129. PrizePicks, obviously, we're skipping because it's the same implied odds. Minus 139, minus 135, minus 141, minus 135. Every single sportsbook that is pricing this has the under as the heavily favored outcome, right? And we can actually calculate the exact win percentage of this play based on a weighted average from all of these sharp sportsbooks. So the way the positive expected value page works is that OddsJam pulls lines from the sharpest sportsbooks in the world and removes the VIG using a weighted average. That's what you see in this column here, the no VIG odds. So if you click this calculator here, it literally pulls up the win percentage of this bet. So the sharpest sportsbooks in the world are telling you that there is a 54.47% chance that Cole McCarr goes under 3.5 shots on goal. Every sportsbook thinks it's likely, so they're charging more money for it. PrizePicks doesn't do that. So like if you're just thinking, okay, I can take the over or the under for this individual player at the same exact price on PrizePicks, why in the world would you take an over, right? Just look at where these sportsbooks price it. They all have the over as less than likely to occur, plus 105, plus 108. It makes no sense. You're going to want to take the under, right? You're going to want to follow the sportsbooks and let them tell you, hey, we think that he's going to go under this play at like a 55% rate. So we're going to make it more expensive to buy. And then you put that into a PrizePicks entry, and that is a valuable entry. You're not paying any extra juice on PrizePicks for this player prop, despite the fact that it's likely to occur. And that's the strategy of looking for DFS plays. You look for plays that are likely to occur. And when I say that, I mean like let the sportsbooks tell you what plays they think are likely to occur, and you're just going to want to combine those into an entry. So play number 1 on PrizePicks, Cole Makar under 3.5 shots on goal. The next play, we're still looking at a hockey play, is Joel Eriksson. Sorry, I'm used to saying Joel Eriksson over 2.5 shots on goal. Same logic here. If we're looking at sportsbooks and where they price it, we see odds range from like minus 130 up to minus 150 in the minus 140s. The win percentage on this one is 54.43%. So right within that range, just below the 55% that we're looking for. And it's the same thing here, right? Like the sportsbooks are telling you how likely it is that they think he's going to go over this number. So they're charging more money for it. We are not getting charged any extra juice by using PrizePicks, so it's a good play. Long story short. So that's 2 legs I have for you guys so far on PrizePicks. Next up, we are going to the low holds page. So with the low holds page, a couple things. Number 1, you want to make sure you filter specifically for the DFS book you are looking for. In this case, obviously, we're looking for PrizePicks, which you can just type in. So you type in PrizePicks, and here you have it. And a low hold in general is essentially when you can place a bet on both sides close to a 0% hold between the two sportsbooks. Now, there are a lot of strategies for a low hold when you're using a regulated sportsbook, but for the purposes of PrizePicks specifically, you can use it as another tool to find outliers. So here's another NHL play. Oliver Borkstrand, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, under 2.5 shots on goal. So I mentioned that it requires a little bit more digging when you're using the low holds page, because you still need to confirm that the sports books, the majority of them, are favoring the play that you are looking for. So again, PrizePicks is giving us the best odds on Oliver Borkstrand under 2.5 shots on goal. Let's see where the other sports books have it priced. And this is a good play. Long story short, this is a good play. This is exactly what you're looking for. BetRivers heavily favors the under at minus 157. BetOnline at same thing at minus 133. PointsBet, same thing at minus 130. So this is a profitable NHL player prop to put into a PrizePicks entry, because the same exact logic, all of the sports books are heavily favoring the under. So this is play number 3. Oliver Borkstrand under 2.5 shots on goal, found using the low holds page. Play number 4, and you can literally just like go through every single play here to make sure that you're placing a good one. Matthew Tkachuk under 0.5 goals, doesn't score a goal. Looking at the other sports books, FanDuel favors it, Pinnacle favors it. Now the other sports books aren't giving you the side towards the under, but you can kind of assume where they have the underpriced based on where they have the overpriced, right? If they have the over close to even money or for plus money, that means they're going to have the under favored. So BetRivers and PointsBet are going to have the under favored, while Caesars, it's hard to tell, but that is still means that this is a good play. So this is play number 4 on my PrizePicks entry. Matthew Tkachuk under 0.5 goals. Let's find an NBA one so we can just kind of mix it up a little bit. And we're looking at Jaden Ivey to go over 5.5 assists. So again, look at where the other sportsbooks price it. You're just looking for plays that the other sportsbooks are favoring towards the over, and sometimes pretty aggressively so. Minus 130, minus 122, minus 129, minus 130, minus 140. You see across the board, legitimately every single sportsbook is favoring this over. So that means it's a good play to lock in on PrizePicks. So that's play number 5. So let me switch to Underdog now, give you a 3-leg entry on Underdog, as I gave you 5 on PrizePicks. So we see that 4 plays pop up here on Underdog. It doesn't make sense to lock in all 4. You should only do 3, or if there's a 5th one, you should add that. But you shouldn't ever do a 4-leg entry on Underdog. The math just doesn't support it. But we can go through it. So let's just look at these first 3 plays. Michael Matheson over 0.5 goals. Good play. BetOnline, BetRivers heavily favor the over. This is a good play on underdog. Michael Matheson over 0.5 points, not goals, over 0.5 player points. You want to make sure that you look at the market here so you don't make a mistake like I almost just told you to. You want to look at the market, player points, Michael Matheson over 0.5. Next up, we're looking at NBA James Wiseman to go under 7.5 rebounds. Same logic here. Every single sportsbook that prices it heavily favors the under, ranging from -130, looks like up to -137, -138, -145. Majority of sportsbooks in the -130s, showing you that this is a good play to take on underdog. And last up, my third and final pick for underdog, we're looking at Jalen Green under 6.5 assists for the exact same logic. You can see the odds here ranging from -125, the under favored, up to -145. And that's going to be it. So a 5-leg entry on PrizePicks, a 3-leg entry on underdog, tons of player props for you guys to lock in. And that's going to be it. So I appreciate everybody watching. If you're tailing, comment and let me know. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching and have a good one.